Alright, I think that fixes everything. So... a nice picture of my dinner down there. Good evening, Amanda. I will be playing more of the story tonight, and I hope you enjoy listening and hearing me do the voices for the character. Last night we went through the first rank missions where we learned about the towers in Saruta Baruta, the area outside of the starting city of Windurst. And we went to East Saruta Baruta to a couple of these towers. First we went to this tower and we found the minister, and found out he was doing some sort of experiment that has been banned, but doing it on the down low so nobody notices. And then afterwards we went to charge some cardigan hearts down at the southern tower, which is the only tower that's still functioning in Saruta Baruta. We're not quite sure how the towers function other than it's vaguely magical and they draw energy and use energy, but the automatons, the cardigans, or cardians, not cardigans, cardigans is clothing. These cardians, this one's the Tenant Clubs, they have an orb at the core, at their heart, that makes them function, and they need to be charged at the tower. So we charged 6 of them at that lower tower, and when we tried to leave the tower they were intercepted by some rogue cardigans that wanted them for themselves, to apparently trying to repair other rogue cardigans that have lost their magic. Though the ministry told us that that's not possible, because without a mage to give direction and set programs, it doesn't do anything. So, with that, let's continue on to the rank 2 missions. Let's go to our favorite gate, Windy Woods Gate. You said last time you could hear me sipping my coffee, so I'm going to try and drink my coffee quietly this time. Let's see here. Nope. Okay. Alright. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Is that a dancer? It's Blue Mage. Ooh. I don't know what kind of clothing that is, though. Anyways. I think we're all set on that. Let me check and make sure I don't have too many items or anything. I need to get rid of the northern fur. I don't even know what I'm doing with northern fur. I don't even know what it is. I got space. So we'll put more of my potions away. Let's see. I can put these random drops in here for now. They may be useful later. Maybe not. I don't know if I'm going to try and do any actual leveling on this character as far as crafting goes, but oh well. Okay, here we go. The missions we are currently able to offer you at the Eastern Gate's house are these: Lost for Words. Let's start. Have you ever been to the Optistry's Library of Magic in Windurst Waters? Looks like they're in a spot of trouble there, as they are urgently asking for any able adventurer we have on hand to go help them. How about it then? If you feel that you're up to it, why don't you volunteer to help the Optistry out? Oops. Sure. Then proceed to the Optistry's Library of Magic immediately. It's on the north side of Windurst Waters, the building that the road to the North Gatehouse runs through. Okay. So we have to run... We don't have to run. We're going to run clear across the map. We're going to go through Port... Yeah, we can go through walls. Why don't we go through walls today? So we're going to go up here to Windurst Walls. From Windurst Walls, we're going to go up to Windurst Waters up here next to Kotomoto's Manor. And from there we will be in Waters Map 1. And we'll go all the way across Map 1 to Huntsman's Court, where the Optistry is. Okay. 1 second. I can hear myself, and I don't know where from. Doot 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 doot. Now I have my monitor on. Okay, let's turn that off. There we go. That should have fixed it. Let me double check. Make sure that I didn't accidentally screw up. Okay, I think that fixed it. Let's get going. So we're going to go on a quick tour through Windurst. The area Windurst Walls is where the great tree is, and it's also the center of the capital. I don't know if you can see the tree from this map. I don't think they designed it that well, but... Hey, little goblin buddy. If we go up through here... That in the distant background is the great tree where you have a Tauder known as the Star Sibyl, who is the spiritual and governmental leader of this nation. Excuse me. So during the Great War, this entire grove was attacked, and a lot of the buildings and a lot of this area was burnt to the ground. So the tree itself was damaged, I believe. I don't know how they ended up saving it, or if they didn't quite save it. I think that on the outside is like the old, and then a little more, a newer one grew on the inside or something. That might be what happened. But according to the story, the tree was attacked during the Great War, so they're very nervous about it. You can go inside though. You can go into the center of the tree and talk to the government officials. It's kind of cool. But we'll probably get there soon. I do apologize about the coughs. I have a little bit of a head cold this week, so hopefully it's not too bad tonight. My nose is also a little stuffed, so this place kind of reminds me of Maybe an Everglades kind of thing. Aw. Look how cute they are. My mommy wommy works in that shoppy woppy there. When you comes back from your travels outside, you just gotta stop by there. Aw. That's cute. Hariga Ruika. Shh! Can't you see I'm in the middle of transcribing this book here? Can you please keep your voice down? Heretofore, source of magic, primarily extrinsic energies, fill terra and calum. Taru analyzed extrinsic energy, classifying into 8 elements. These give birth magic, resides in soul woven into spells, both. What's this? I don't know how to read this glyph. That's the trouble with ancient writings. The letters and characters are too hard to read. Hey, you there. You wouldn't happen to passing through West Sodersburg anytime soon, would you? If so, I have a little favor to ask. I guess. This isn't what I was intending to do, but one of our researchers just headed off to the Harutoto ruins in West Sarutabaruta. She specializes in paleography, so she should be able to read these glyphs with no trouble at all. Could you do me a favor and pass her this memo? Her name is Ipupu. I can do that. I don't think... Yeah. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing, but I can do that too. Phooey dooey. I'm so confused. This goes over here. No, that goes... No, this needs to... Oh, no. Poor guy. Serukoko. The transcription of these manuscripts is so bothersome, it's impossible to read the ancient letters, and if you make a little mistake in their pronunciation, boom! The whole book goes and explodes in your face. But if you avoid the old books, you'll just have more trouble when it comes to reading the ancient writings. You just can't win. Sobity. Some ancient manuscripts are enchanted with extremely powerful magic, and don't have to have the contents transcribed letter by letter like this. They are the restricted books, special writings that only the Minister of the Optistry is allowed to handle. Ooh. I could use some of those. Tosuka Porika. Maybe this is the right one. Sorry about that. I was just thinking. I'm facing my first crisis since taking over as Minister of the Optistry here. By the way, who in my stars are you? What? You heard the adventurer sent here to help from the gatehouse? Well then, let me explain. Where do I start? From the beginning. Firstly, do you know the role of the Optistry's Library of Magic? This is the repository for the storage and preservation of innumerable scrolls and books, from ages long past right up to the present. The most important role of our librarians is to consign our entrusted writings to posterity, without ever losing a single one of them. Why, even during the terrible war 20 years ago, we were able to protect almost all the books. But the restricted books section is another matter. Restricted books are never allowed to be taken out of the Library of Magic, and are normally sealed away in a special room. Manuscripts, life-threateningly dangerous to those weak in magical power. Books of the dark arts not to be viewed by mortal eyes. Ancient scrolls not even the Minister of the Optistry is allowed to open. All of which are writings that, if taken outside, would cause great calamity. However, one very important book disappeared during the war 20 years ago, and has never been seen since. But recently I received word that said book had fallen into the dirty paws of an outrageous Mithrin cat burglar who inhabits Windurst woods. Although the source of this information is dubious, the possibility that she has the book is a matter of great consequence. That's where you come in. I want you to go meet that so-called cat burglar and confirm whether or not she possesses any of the restricted books. The Optistry must retrieve any restricted books as soon as possible, at any cost. We are counting on you. This is terribly important. Let's just have this person that just got here. What could possibly go wrong? Furaku Noraku. Huh? What's that you say? Oh yeah, the restricted book that was lost 20 years back. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of trouble, so much of a hurry-scurry, I can hardly sleep. Motan Moratan. What's going on? The minister seems to be troubled, but the dimwit at the counter is half asleep as usual. I'm quite knowledgeable about the war of 20 years ago, as it's in our history textbooks. When the town became a battlefield, the librarians carried the books through the flames to Heaven's Tower. Huh. Huh. That's a cool little taro. Alright, let's go back to Woods and talk to the cat burglar. And we can just head back the way we came. Let's see. Okay. And that's Heaven's Tower. I wonder if there are other big trees like that one. In most fantasy genres, they would call it an Yggdrasil tree. I wonder if that's redundant. If they just call it an Yggdrasil. I don't know. The vibes in this town are pretty cool, though. Man, I forget what it's called. But it's the metal bowl with different circles buffed or cut into it. When you hit it in different spots, it makes the different sounds. Made of steel, but I can't remember the name. Oh well. Alright. So, he wants us to go talk to a cat burglar in the Mithra Groves. I believe it's Meagle. I can't remember the full name. I just remember that there's a repeatable quest to give her necklaces from Yagudo Beastman. And the necklaces used to not stack, so you would go naked, fight a bunch, and come back and trade them, and then rinse and repeat. Those were the days. non amigo. Alright, let's see what she has to say. I'm a trifle busy these days. Be a good girl. Leave me be. Oh, what's this? You've got... Oh. This is the wrong quest. Alright, let's try again. Still the wrong quest. There we go. 3 times. You want to know if I have a restricted book in my possession, do you? Where in Vanadia did you hear that? You can never be too careful, you know. Okay, I'll let you in on it. You're the 2nd rank adventurer, aren't you? Then allow me to ask you this little favor I have first. If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, so to speak. Do what I ask and I'll let you check the book I found. How about then? Sure. Do you know that up in Tarongi Canyon, there is a series of caves known as the Maze of Shakarami? If you examine the rocks in those caves with this lapis monocle hard enough, you should be able to find a lapis coral. I want you to bring me one. Happy hunting! Yeah. This is a long ways out. So, she wants us to go from Isaruta Baruta all the way up to Tarongi Canyon. And then from Tarongi Canyon, which is Agano? Yeah. Oh, not quite. Holshushu. In this zone here, I believe up in the top right, maybe? I think it's up here in this corner. There's a dungeon. Now we're gonna go run to. Hey Idilo, how are you? We are playing through pretty casually as a new character from scratch. And I'm going through the Windurst missions now at level 30 or so. I'm doing okay. I have a little bit of a head cold, but just recording my progress and talking through it for... I have a fiance that's interested in my hobbies, so I am recording these videos so that she has a little more context for gaming. And I'll post it on YouTube so she can watch it later. But you are welcome to stay and chat and hang out if you have good memories of this game like I do from back when I was a kid. Ugh. And if you're thinking about getting it again, then by all means I would recommend that you do. Let's see. Nice. What level are you? If you don't mind me asking. And just for your context, right now I am doing Lost for Words. It's the rank 2 mission, the first mission that you get. I will do the second mission that you get that's optional as well tonight. And I may start or do the entirety of the third mission. We'll see. But yeah, no, what job are you playing? What level are you? doing fine. Let's see here. So, earlier in the first quest, we came to this tower and talked to the Minister of the Rhinostry in the basement. Then the second quest, we went down to the bottom tower and charged the orbs. I think. I don't remember what the other quest was. So there's 3 of them. Let's see. Experiment, Heart of the Matter. Oh, the Price of Peace. The third mission was we went to Gideus and we gave tributes of food to the Yagudo. Oh no, I forgot. Oh, nice. So we just hit 40, 2 weeks, Samurai Dancer. You found out how to do some of the job unlocking, so I'm assuming that you're going through and doing Rhapsodies. But let's see. You want to do your Rhapsodies as soon as possible when they're available because they give you certain bonuses. For example, this item, Rhapsody in White, increases the amount of trust that you have, increases experience, increases skill gain rates, all that stuff. So like, make sure you're keeping up on that. Also, when you're playing through, make sure you go to your... Yeah, eventually for the story you're going to have to go to rank 5. Rank 4 gets you an airship pass that you probably will never use. And rank 5 is the end of the base game main story. But that's at level 50 is the cap, so... one thing that people sometimes miss is setting your objectives. You have the tutorial objectives that you should be able to all finish really quick. But then also, you'll want to go to combat wide area, and you want to set, like, vanquish multiple enemies. You want to always have those active so that whenever you're killing enemies, you're getting points towards a buff to experience. Damage within a specific value range. 10 to 20 is really handy when you're low level. 110 to 120 is easier when you're around 30, I think, especially if you're a mage. Total damage, all that stuff. And then spoils, you'll probably always want your crystal spoils listed because you get an extra 1,000 experience for every 10 crystals that you receive. Which, given how often you get crystals, it's very, very, very helpful. What other ones are there? Unity. You have talk in Unity chat, multiple enemies that refreshes daily. Summon your Unity leader to kill enemies. A bunch of stuff like that. And then your daily objectives, which I forgot to set. I don't really buff allies right now, but yeah. And the experience is nice, but the main thing from that is it gets you sparks. When you complete an objective, you get points for completing objectives called sparks, and you can use that to buy everything. So, hopefully you knew all of that already, and your experience has been pretty good so far. Otherwise, I'd recommend 40 to 50, huh? If you go to Sandoria and go to the castle, what in the world is that? Is that really supposed to be there? Oh well. If you go to the castle, there is a prison, and in the prison you can drop into the basement called the Oubliette. And there is a great place for leveling. I believe it's 40 to 50, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, you can always go to the zones for rhapsodies. Oh, yeah, Unity chat, if you just slash and then type Unity. If your Unity chat is active, it'll pop up and then it'll just give you the points. So, if you need to know any chat commands, just slash ? And it'll literally tell you every user accessible chat command in the game. My favorite for playing, especially on stream, is /names to turn off all the nameplates. And yeah, stuff like that. I'm using a couple other quality of life tools, and I won't elaborate. But if you notice when I check that monster, it has a lot more information than normally you would have, and I also have a minimap, so personally I find those two things to be incredibly helpful in this game. But there's also things that you can do that probably are not kosher, not considered proper, and I wouldn't recommend those. I think it fundamentally changes your experience. So there's definitely a charm to having absolutely no idea where you're going and just trying to find it on your own. Which, in my case, I've played and done these missions before, so it's not completely unknown, but I'm not using a guide for anything right now. If I get completely lost, then I might, but I think part of it is trying to do it from memory and having fun getting lost on the way. So hopefully this mission doesn't go too badly. The Maze of Shakrami is a level 25 to 30 zone, if I'm not mistaken. It's also technically a dungeon. So I could have used the survival manual teleport, I think. I think I've gotten it before. So. But I'll be reading all the text out loud as we go, and if it sounds like I'm talking to nobody in particular, I'm really more talking to my fiancée Amanda. So when she listens or watches this later, she knows why I'm doing it, you know? This is really for her. But my computer isn't powerful enough to record it locally, so... let's see what we got here. Butchers and Tinkers. Don't really need that stuff, but I'm gonna summon my trusts just in case. Also, ID low with your sparks. If you go to level 78 to 99 or 98, there is on the third page a shield called the Asheron Shield. It's the highest cost item, highest gil cost item that you can sell to NPCs. Yeah, good luck with crafting. Crafting isn't... what can I say about crafting? I would look into crafting success buffing items. Like, certain dungeon zones have special items. Let's see, where's mine? Like this field rope. It's a rare exclusive item that you can only find in Dangrafwadi, and if you're harvesting, it improves mining, logging, and harvesting success rate. So like, there are several outdoor field dungeons. I think this is actually one of them, where in the dungeon, and like Ifrit's Cauldron and stuff like that, Ifrit's Cauldron, you can find a zone-specific item that will boost one of your crafts. And before you get going on crafting, I would probably recommend doing those. Because I don't think crafting is hard, but it's expensive. Yeah, let's leave it at that. And I say that because there's a random chance. Like it's literally a random chance whether you get skills or not. It's just like combat, where if you hit an enemy, depending on how difficult the enemy is relative to you, you may get a skill up. Well, same thing with crafting. Relative to the difficulty of the craft, you may get a skill up in crafting. Chocobos, you have to go and raise your own chocobo at the stable, and depending on what you feed it, it affects its color. But there's a series of quests. Like the first quest you get when you go to the chocobo stables, to go when you let the chocobo out into the wild, and he's like, oh, go after that chocobo. And you go to Lethane Plateau, I think, and you get your chocobo whistle. That quest line should lead to raising and naming your own chocobo and stuff like that. And I don't remember if that's when you start doing the color stuff or if it's after that. But that's about where it starts. Anyways. We are looking for fossil things somewhere around here. And so I apologize for all the clicking sounds of my mouse. Yeah. If you recently got your mounts and you had to buy the Gaussbit grass on the market board, I sincerely apologize for those being 14k. But they also paid for half my spells, so thank you for your patronage. I probably sold them to you. So, sorry, not sorry. Did I already go down this tunnel? Yeah, this is the tunnel I started at, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, the trick with those is there are rabbits in Dangrafwadi outside of Bestok, the starting town, and you can level up to about level 23 in that area. And what I did is I leveled all of my jobs from 1 to 23 in that area on those rabbits. And I got like 3 stacks of it. So they're not common, but they're not uncommon. But there's a couple of there's a couple of places like that where you can kind of double dip on training at the same time as let's see, double dip on training and farming. Where is I want to turn down the volume on, and I may not be able to do it in game. I may have to do it next time I close the game. That's too bad. I was really hoping to disable the clicking when you change targets. Alright, where in the world? That goes to Ottawa I don't want to go to Ottawa Chasm. I don't want to fight Tiamat. That being said, there is a crystal out there. I could get the telepoint out there. I'll do it on the way back. Wait, did I miss? No. Okay. This isn't it, is it? No, this can't be it. Let me just, I won't have to worry about invisible here. No, this is not it. This is for a different quest. Dancer's nice because you just have spectral jig and you can be sneaking invisible. I have no idea. Right now I am red mage, black mage. I'll leave this on the screen a second just so you can see it. I haven't been doing anything in particular to get items yet. So, but I went through and I have all my base jobs up to level 30. And that's just so if any of my friends catch up or start playing more often, I can help them out no matter what they're doing. And I do intend, I'm going to get them all to from 30 to 50. And then from there I'll probably stop leveling them all, but it depends on how I'm feeling and how much time I have. There's a fossil rock. Where'd it go? There it is. And these guys are all sound, so I should be safe with this. You're more than welcome. There's no need to. It's just a rock. You're more than welcome to add me to your friends list or anything like that. That's fine. And if I'm on, yay, I got coral. Please feel free to say hi and let me know if you're doing anything. And if you see me in stream doing something that you want to do, let me know and I'll invite you, because we'll be doing Mission 3, the dragon fight, again. And if you run into, say, what is it called? There is, Burning Circle Notorious Monsters. So you get Beastman Seals from killing enemies, right? You can trade those in Port Juno for, special orbs. And you can take them to the Burning Circles from the dragon fight from Mission 2 dash 3, which we'll do before we get done here tonight, I think. And you can fight special combat missions that give you rare equipment, rare spells, or whatever. So they're usually set to be like accomplishable by 2 to 3 people. But you can't summon trusts, and they still a lot of them still have their level cap and set in. So you can't actually do them without friends. So yeah, no, go ahead and add me if you know how. I forgot how to add people to the friends list. I think it's communication, friends list, to list. Yeah, the names on this list probably haven't played this game in over 10 years. Oh, that's funny. I'm making noise. Did I buy the map? I did buy the map. Yeah. The trick with that fight is to bring a black mage. That or like Monk and 100 Fist is really effective at doing it. If you're over level 30 or 40, it's usually pretty fine. 34. These wouldn't be too bad for fighting. I don't know if do they link? No, they're non-aggressive. Awesome. This might be an okay place to level. But usually what I would do in the dragon fight, that's a dead end, is Dancer Warrior. Yeah. Dancer's a really good class for solo stuff. But Dancer Samurai is definitely better because the Samurai gives a lot of the TP buffs. But yeah, normally you have 2 people and you sleep the eye and kill the dragon. Because a black mage and a red mage with elemental seal should be able to put the eye to sleep. Let's see here. Did I just go out to the entrance? No, I didn't. Where am I going? Oh, I'm coming out here. This is Ashura. Where are we at? Those are ugly guys. Yeah. That's too bad. A lot of people, especially if you go to the blue card tier guides, they'll say, "Oh, just don't go on Ashura. It's a full of bots. It's a problem. It's a big server." So it doesn't surprise me that people aren't on Ashura, because it has a bad reputation. But when I started playing Final Fantasy XIV years and years ago, during 1.0 you had the option to import your character from Final Fantasy 11 to Final Fantasy 14. So your character name was still the same, so I was still Dulaut. But then your surname would be your server. And so my character became Dulaut Ashira. So I kind of have some attachment to this server in that way. That being said, my main character, my main tune is on Carbuncle. That one's a little higher level. Alright, that should be the right way. Or not. Can I fall down there? Do I cross here? This zone, there's supposed to be something special like always follow the right-hand wall and eventually you'll make it out. And I don't know if that's what I've been doing. But I could have just run back. But I thought, you know, since I'm already so close, I want to go up to the top here and get that crystal. When this game first came out that was a long time ago, wasn't it? That would have been 2002? I didn't start playing this game till 2005, I think. That sounds about right. But I didn't play it as much after 2009. This place really is a maze. Nope, not that way. What a gross sound. Anyways. Ot Ergon campaign battles. Yeah. Ot Ergon. Or no. Wings of the Goddess had the Beast Tribe campaigns from back in the past. Because the, yeah, the going back in time. But yeah, I never did too much with the campaign stuff. Those are big boys. I'm glad they can't. Oh boy. I need to be able to cast, and I am not in a good place for that to run out. But no, campaign battles are always fun. They're actually more fun as a black mage at 99 with Meteor. Because then you can really roleplay the opening credits. I love that the meteors actually get bigger with more people casting. But yeah, if you remember the opening cinematic, how they have the Tatarus casting meteor together and the big meteor falls on top of everybody, you can literally do that in game now, and it's hilarious. There we go, home point 1. That took forever. Oh well. Let's go back to Windurst. Yeah. The hard part is finding 5 other black mages that want to goof around and cast meteor on things. A lot of people that still play this game are very much the hardcore RPG style where they like to keep their schedule, make sure they get their weekly stuff done, and build towards things. Because there's a lot you can still build towards, but personally I'm far more interested in the story. And going through and experiencing it one more time from a new player perspective with the current everything. It's been fun. The fact that this one simple quest that was basically run and talk to a stone can take an hour, that's when you know what you're doing. And there's no quest markers. I don't care about your trust permit. There we go. So, you came through with it. Here, I'll give you this key. We'll make the transaction at my hideout, deep in the Horutoto ruins. Go on ahead. I'll catch up to you there once we've finished up here. That doesn't help me. Deep in the Horutoto ruins. Like, the Horutoto ruins are big. Where am I supposed to go? Maybe I should ask around. Cat burglar, not amigo me. Really fooled, but cute act first, but crook is a crook. Don't let yourself be taken in by her and her gang. Let's see if anybody actually knows where the hideout is. Don't tell anybody about the deal. Where is it going to take place? Oh well. I will just go out to Horutoto Ruins nearest this west gate. And hopefully that's the right one. If not, there's 6 entrances to the Harutoto Ruins, and 4 of them are interconnected. And I have no idea for sure which one. We'll find out. By the way, Idealo, if you have Tenzin in your trust, Tenzin will always try to skill chain you. Or skill chain anybody else. So if you ever level a mage and you want to do magic burst, pull out Tenzin and someone that uses their weapon skills right away, like Neji. And they'll just skill chain each other, or Tenzin can skill chain himself all day long. It really helps with leveling. It's gotta be... Which... I'm gonna go all the way up to that top one and start from there. I don't know which... Because she didn't even say whether it was the inner or outer Horutoto Ruins. But she said deep in the Horutoto Ruins, so I'm guessing it means the inner ruins, not the outer ruins. So, let's find out. Oh, so right now, our Super Kupo powers on this server are Mystery Boxes, Swift Shoes, and Crystal Caboodle. Swift Shoes, if you rest, it starts you off at a 15-minute speed buff, and it'll give you an extra 5 minutes every resting tick after that. So if you rest for 10 healing ticks, you get a 60-minute sprinting buff right now this week because of the Mog powers. Which is super convenient for starting off, let me tell you. It definitely helped getting to Juneau and Bastok and other cities when I started again. But yeah, if I rest anywhere right now, I just get a sprint buff. It's super nice. If you ever get the chance, you should try and find some of the Mog tablets. Because if you turn the Mog tablet into the NPC in Renewed Gardens in Juneau, you get a Koopa ring, which is a huge XP buff. Like, literally an insane XP buff. And then the Koopa Freed Ring. You can also potentially get Mogpels, which you can trade for items from the Festive Moogles, I think. Like, potentially you can get different trusts, like Shantoto 2. This is the Lilac Tower. Alright, so yeah, I rested for 2 clicks and I get 20 minutes of a sprint buff. Let's do sneak. Just in case I'm gonna pull out my trusts. But I think in this particular zone, the only things that I can run into that are scary are really, really, really scary. Because it goes from like 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 25 to 30, and then level 90. So I'll be dead in 2 hits. But let's take a look here. Well, it's not that one. Nothing in here. Nothing in there. Where did I see? I didn't see it. I swear there's a notorious monster in this zone. And it spawns off that balloon. Thanks, Eleanor. That was totally necessary. Valinarel just loves to nuke everything. Like, not even asking him to, he just... What we're fighting? Drop a bomb. It's crazy. Alright, there's literally nothing here, so not this tower. That's too bad. See, I don't think it's the other two towers in this zone, because they both have guards standing out front. So it's gotta be a tower without a guard. So I can go to West Saruta Baruta up here. And Idilo, I don't know if you're a fan of Final Fantasy XIV as well, but another reason I thought to do this game right now is because they're doing a crossover raid series in Final Fantasy XIV next year, and it's going to use the lore fairly deeply, and I'm hoping that we'll see a character in Final Fantasy XIV that we meet in Final Fantasy XI besides Iroha. Because there is one character that I was really attached to in this game that disappears at the end of Rise of the Xylart. But they're like, not actually dead, just gone. And that makes me like, I really want that character to appear in Final Fantasy XIV, just so there's more closure to it. It's so far away. Maybe there's a notorious monster out right now. So I think Starfall Hillock. Hillock? Hillock. I have no idea. There's a couple of notorious monsters here that are just fun to check off the list of things that you've killed. Both figuratively speaking and literally speaking, there's a list of enemies that you can hunt. If you go to combat region, let's see, Nunyanuk, and Spiny Sippy. But Nunyanuk, is it a bird? I don't know. I'm going the wrong way for the tower, though. I think it's a bird in this area somewhere. And then Spiny Spinny or whatever is a crawler in the eastern zone. And you can get special items for killing them. Defeating them, excuse me. You know, the difficult sell in this game is all this traveling that you have to do to go do these quests. A lot of people don't like it, and I actually don't mind. Everything's spread out, it's so nice and tranquil and quiet. Makes for awful video content. Because we've been walking through a field for the past hour, basically. Outer Ruins. Still may not be it. So yeah, a lot of people don't like this game too much for that reason. That, and it's still an old style of quest. Like, it doesn't give you anything. Oh. Boy, am I dead. Jesus criminy. What the hell? Not poison! Shit. What the hell was that? So one of the downsides about not turning your nameplates on is you turn a corner and they're like, oh, there's a goblin. All the goblins in this area are level 9. Not that one. That was at least level 35. Alright. And I don't have... Blah 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 blah. Fudge. Good times. I think wall, no. Waters is the closest exit. So yeah, that kind of thing doesn't usually happen in modern games. You're walking through an area and everything's like low to medium level. Then all of a sudden you just get your ass kicked. I really need to be careful not to swear as much. That was fun. On the other hand, I do think that if I pulled out my trust, I could defeat him. But Legolok's Hefty Hind. Why is there a notorious monster there? Yeah. That probably wouldn't work out in the end. There are literally strategies. I have a friend that does a lot of the endgame content, and there's one where like a bunch of things spawn. And the actual strategy is to cast Re-Raise on yourself, kill as much as you can when it spawns, but pull it away, and then when it resets after everybody dies, when the hate resets, you hit Re-Raise. And then pull just the main enemy away from everybody else. And it's like, the strategy is die, let all of the aggro disappear, respawn, and pull only the one enemy that you absolutely have to kill. And like, it's a great strategy, don't get me wrong. I just feel like even Italians would be upset with that amount of cheese. Like there is no French wine that could pair with that level of cheese. The amount of crackers that you'd have to eat with that cheese. It's just not enough Ritz. Alright, time for revenge. It's a goblin, so bar fire and that's fine. Alright. Okay. See you when you get back, Idolo. Let's do bio. Okay, I hit him for 0 damage. Okay, I'm hitting him. Let's hit him with the spell. And then slow. Resisted, huh? Alright. Time to spam magic. Okay, that wasn't it. Unless it is it. But let's go check the other way first. Alright, there's nothing here. Let's go to the other side and see if we can go anywhere from there. Oh! And this may be the entire wrong zone anyways, so we'll see. Is this just where the 3 mage door is? I don't remember these areas at all. It's an odd shadow. Oh, there's a treasure chest. If I had a key, I could actually get that. Because all I need is sneak. And I think everything down here is sound. Yeah, probably. But then these guys are just normal. So is this the hideout? As I can open this one. Not that one. So there is a door there, but that's not the one I'm looking for. I really wish they would have at least said what tower to go to. Because no offense, but this is ridiculous. That's just a planar rift. There's nothing else in this area, so that means waste. I don't have Exa yet, do I? No. Yeah, no, trying to find anything. So in East Saruta Baruta, the Horutoto ruins, the 2 bottom towers are like directly connected to each other. And then the top tower is that one single room that we saw. But the west side is directly connected to the inner Horutoto ruins. And it's massive. So the fact that there's 6 towers and they didn't even specify a particular tower or a tower location is not helpful. They basically just told you to go explore the entire ruins network. I don't want to be up there. That's fine. If you actually want to get through all this stuff quickly, though, the guides are nice. Because it'll just say, oh, go to this ruins and go to this location on this map, and it'll be there. Yay! Which is also nice every now and then. But that's not the purpose of what we're doing now. This is going to take 2 hours to finish this one mission. And I have, like, a general idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. Alright. There's 2 more towers. I'm gonna go to the... far bottom one. But with my luck, it was actually the second tower that you ever went in. Yeah. And it's definitely doable. But it is effort. Like, this is back when you sit down for an evening and you're gonna do one mission. Oh, I need to stay up on top of the cliff here. I think at level 30, I think I can use the... Yeah. It's something, there's a couple of quests in Final Fantasy XIV where they're like, this is a hard mode quest and we're not going to give you any hints other than the log file, or the chat log. And it's basically questing in this game. And I think they added it in just to see if people would, like, want to do it, but not very many people actually want to do this style of questing. Especially without guides. So they ditched that pretty darn quick. Come on, get in the hole. See, this one has a guard, though. Fwaha. I just thought if she was going to have a hidden hideout in one of these places, she wouldn't have a... It wouldn't be a guarded one. But maybe I'm overthinking it. Alright. Anything in here have a special name that's gonna, like, totally wreck my stuff? Dancing weapon. That isn't healthy. Let's do this just in case. Because I don't want to run into another notorious monster in the middle of nowhere again. And we're looking for a door. No, not that kind of door. Ugh. You know what I forgot? When I get to rank 3, or rank 4 actually, when I get to the rank 4 mission, I have to climb Delphux Tower manually. Ugh. There we go, 24 minutes. Although, I think with my luck, I would end up running into a notorious monster that has true sight. Are these... Oh, thank God, they're not sight. Nikes. Run! 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 Arcana don't like magic. Oh no, is this a dead end? Is this a dead end? Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Run! That hurts. So yeah, just a friendly reminder that Arcana don't like it when you cast magic. Oh no. Do I have enough HP to make it out the door? Yeah, we're good. Alright, that's not it. Is it? That can't be it. We're gonna run away from that one. We're gonna pretend that it's nothing. It may just be in the Eastern Ruins. because the Minister of the Rhinocery may be the one trying to buy the book. Because he's trying to do the forbidden magic. So it may very well be possible that Minister is trying to buy the book, and it'll be at a hideout where we met him previously, which would be at the Eastern Towers, not surrounded by level 50 monsters. That would make sense. But why don't we check every single tower first, because that sounds like a good use of my time. Oh my goodness. Ugh. I wish there was another hint. But 2 bats. Well, this isn't the right way. Ha! Alright. It may or may not have been the tower we were at before this entire time. I love this game. I do wish they would specify, like, a name of a tower. That would have been so nice. Ugh. Go to the Horutoto Ruins. Deep in the Horutoto Ruins. Not the inner ruins, the outer ruins, but deep in the outer ruins. But not deep enough in the outer ruins that you're in the inner ruins. Go figure. Let's go to the middle tower then. I was kind of hoping to make it through like 2 missions today, but this one mission's taking so long. Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow morning. It's almost 10 p.m. here, so... I can't hold the tune. Gotta keep the pace. Gotta keep the pace. I see. Gojima. Maybe Gojima isn't an actual guard. Gojima's actually part of the cat burglars gang and is protecting the gang's entrance. Okay, let's see. There's a survival guide to this tower. I might cry. Not only was this tower easily accessible, but I could have teleported here from the get-go. Let's do sneak. I should make a macro for that. These should all be sound healing things, yeah. I think everything in these tunnels is sound aggro. Especially Skidimajinx. And those goblins. Those goblins are not sound aggro, they are definitely side aggro. So there are goblins. Some Mandalorian beetles. Deathwatch beetles. Let's go left. Yeah, let's go right. Be absolutely sure that it's not over here. There's goblins over there. We don't want to go that way. Man. Coven bat. Spotting a coven bat at the witching hour. Alright, there's goblins everywhere. I guess that's not really helpful. I'll get invincible going. Is there a door over here in the corner? just a couple of balloons. And slime, yeah, slimes. How much are the slimes? They're too weak to be worthwhile. Too weak to be worthwhile. You know what? Sorry, Malta, you're gonna die. Here we go. Let's go with... slow. Anything? Trailer's tunic. Eh, it's not so bad. I'll take it. Ranger only. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get Ranger, but... okay. I'm gonna go this way, and then... if there is... anything else that I might have to fight, I have no more MP, so that's always good. But I think this leads back up to a normal room. And it's safe? Yeah, let's call it safe. What can possibly go wrong here? Mugger, actually... is there a leecher? Mugger gamblers. I'm looking for leecher. Something I figured out when I started again is the paralyze spell you actually have to get from enemy drops, and enemies I was leveling on didn't drop magic. So I never found paralyze, and I just didn't realize that was an enemy only drop. So I should kill the leechers in this area just in case, so I can find some magic. Have to AoE man. Oh well. So yeah, there's a bunch of spells that turns out you do have to fight to get. Boggart. Alright, this is more level appropriate for where I'm at. So this is probably the right way. Maybe. No, this is on the way to the 3-mage gate. Yeah, this is the 3-mage gate. This is not the right way. It can't be, can it? So, I can learn silence though. Ugh. There's a notorious monster in this room, isn't there? There is. I had to kill it for AF gear, I think, on my other character. I have absolutely no MP. Which... oh, this is that tower. Oh, completely wrong direction. While I'm here, let me get some refresh. Ugh! I wish they were more specific about where deep in the ruins they were. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I've been to almost every room in the ruins so far. And I don't need to be at the 3-mage gate. So yes, if you're just joining us, we are trying to do some of these quests without a guide as much as possible, so I have a vague idea of what I'm supposed to be doing and how I'm supposed to be doing it, but as for the details, who knows? Besides everybody else. Oh, these are all goblins. And I'm killing the leechers because they may drop silence. Or not silence, paralyze. I haven't actually learned paralyze yet. Alright. But that means I have to run all the way back. All the way back through here to the bottom right side entrance. And then maybe we'll find him. I don't know. With my luck, it was the original entrance where we got ambushed by the Cardians. I still want to call them Cardigans. We got ambushed by some clothes out front. I explained that you got ambushed by a bunch of pullover sweaters. Ugh. The cardigans. Cardians. And I might as well run over here just to make absolutely sure I didn't do something really stupid and walk away from the one spot. No, there's no door here. So it's not this spot. I'm really happy that the description of the key doesn't hold any clues. Because that would have been really sad. That would have been depressing. Like, if after all this time I look at the description, it's like, cat burglar's key to the tower in such and such a place. Oh no, that would have been sad. But not the case, fortunately. Unfortunately? I don't know. Let's just go this way. Ugh. One of the downsides to base game Final Fantasy XI is that outside of the cities and the zones directly outside of the starting cities, music is scarce. Do weavers drop paralyzed? I think they might. So if I see any weavers, I will just check their pockets for magic scrolls. If I'm not mistaken, this is just the top side of that other place. Ooh, black mage. If we had a white mage, we could open the 3-mage gate. Alright. There's nothing in this ruins, is there? I'm starting to think that maybe it was in that far ruins in Western. Because it is not in this tower. I thought it had to be in this tower, but I am wrong. Mama Joni. Oh well. Time to go to the last tower I haven't checked. Let's see. But honestly, at this point, I think it was the far western tower that I got halfway in, and there was the corridor with all the arcana, and I cast a spell and they all attacked me. I'm pretty sure that was exactly where I was supposed to be going. And then I ran away from it just as I would have been arriving, because I pulled the entire tower. So that's what I think. I could have been done with this 20 minutes ago. But I ran away. Oh well. It's fine. I actually have a teleport over to that tower with the survival guide. So it's not too far. There's two places it could be. Either Western Saruta Baruta on the very northernmost tower, where I got halfway through the tower and then pulled the entire tower at once and ran away. It could be at that tower still. Because I made it to the last room and there was a gate in the last room that could have been the gate. But I was like, no, it can't possibly be this. And I went to every single other tower. And I'm thinking it really was that tower. And I'm just regretting my decisions. So, that could be it. But on the bright side, I've narrowed it down so that there's only two possible places left, and that's this tower behind one of the cracked walls here. Wow, he survived that. Oh, come on. Oh, he didn't attack me. Sorry, Mr. Thug. You looked at me funny. So it's not that one. Come on, be in this room. Please be in this room. It's not in this room, is it? No. Ugh. It was in that one room. Yeah. There's definitely 6 of them. Like I said, I've narrowed it down. It has to be this one tower in the very, very outside of West Saruta Baruta, where there's no guards and only Cardians on the inside and weapons. So if I go over here and I teleport to the outpost, it should be pretty close. So let's go over to this tower and then go all the way in without pulling the entire tower this time. Everything's Arcana, so as long as I don't cast spells, I should be fine. At some point you'll have to go into the other towers, because the Torama Canal is from the one tower that we were at earlier with the 3-mage gate. You have to have red mage, white mage, black mage to get in, to get to the home point. I think there's a key item that lets you skip that little bit of it. But is this it? This isn't it. No, this was the lefty jerk. This is the wrong one. That's odd. Could have sworn it was this tower. If it's not, then it means it's the bottom left tower here. Okay. any of my friends have the patience to play this game. Maybe I should do Blue Mage. Blue Mage has some pretty good everything. I don't think there's anything that Blue Mage is bad at in this game. That being said, I've never really played Blue Mage. I don't even know if I've ever unlocked Blue Mage in this game before. Never really had the interest. Alright, it's gotta be this tower. It's gotta be behind the level 40 weapons. There's a river crab. Okay. Let's see. Sneak should be all I need. Yeah. Just in case, let's do re-raise. And then you have to go right through the center and left. Actually, hold on. Let's get the speed buff. So we'll get the speed buff, we'll go around everything to the next place. There we go. So I've never really done a lot of the quests surrounding the Guardians. But there is a lot of questions about, they did it in Star Trek too, if you create something that becomes sentient, do you still have the rights over that sentient thing? And so I think the quest surrounding the Guardians encompasses that pretty well. I don't know. I've never finished it, so I'm not sure. Okay. So, is this it? No, this is not it. Alright. You darn cat burglar. You need to tell me more than it's in the Horototo ruins, because I've looked everywhere in the Horototo ruins, and it is There is nothing here. There is nothing here. You lie. I will go talk to Nana Amigo again because there's gotta be more hints than just it's in the ruins. I've gone to every tower and walked through all the back rooms all the way up until the 3 Mage Gate. And I found I have nothing. So let's go to woods. Let's talk to this cat again. That or I'm supposed to talk to the Optistry again before going to make the exchange. Now I'm really curious. Like, how are you supposed to figure this stuff out on your own? Deep in the Horutoto ruins. Like, that's incredibly non-helpful. She gets angry Mangy and all of a sudden she can be scary. Okay. Read the monster correlation chart and came to me, right? No. Our chieftain's very ill. See if she wants to pass the chieftain's bow to the silicon. Accept the honor but responsibility. Quite a predicament, Renee. Dialogues. No, they don't. See, they don't particularly care about that. Now, why don't we ask her if she helps out? Task. Excuse me, miss, but you wouldn't intend to hunt monsters in Meriftus Mountains, would you? Happen to come across a twin stone earring. That's a random quest. Anyways. I'll go talk to the Optistry guy and see if he has any hints, because I'm just not finding which tower I'm supposed to be going to. I honestly thought it was the one in the very end of Eastern Saruta Baruta. Windurst Waters. Exit. Yes. Okay. So we'll go here. We'll talk to the guy at the Optistry and see if he has anything else to say. And maybe the gate guard may have something to say. But I don't know. I'm just not sure offhand how you're supposed to know which tower to go into. Campbell really has one of our instructors. It was a gravely dangerous situation. What's that? Restricted book lost 20 years back? A lot of trouble, hardly see. Okay, no help. Okay. Let's, I don't know. This is a bit of a conundrum. I don't know how much deeper into the Horototo ruins I can go. It's definitely not that one. It's definitely not that one. Definitely not that one. I can go one more time to the Middle Eastern. Now let's go to the top Eastern Tower. And do one last check through that one to make sure I didn't miss anything in that tower. Because it just doesn't make any sense for there to be more to do. Like we did the middle, we did the bottom. So now we go to the top, right? It's also the tower closest to the zone to Taragna Canyon, which is where we went to get the jade, so it would make sense for everything to be pushed in that direction, yeah? At least that's my thinking right now, so we shall go. I do kind of wish that there was just a little more information. I think I've said that several times now, but the verbiage deep in the Horototo ruins is just not at all descriptive. Because some of the towers actually have names. I think this is one of the missions people should just very much suggest you skip. Because you can skip one of them. It may not be this one though. But if you could skip one, I would skip this one. Ugh. This is this one. Ooh. I'm gonna go kill the Bomb King. That looks like fun. I mean, who doesn't want to kill the Bomb King, right? I don't know. This plan may blow up in my face. He is far side left room. Let's go kill the Bomb King. Just call it regicide. I wonder what he drops. Is it guaranteed? Bomb ring. This must be some sort of ruby ring. Ooh. You know? A 2 defense ring. At level 16 is not bad. Let's go ahead and put that in the container there. That's just like not a terrible thing to have. 15 HP and 2 defense. Okay. Works for me. Alright, so there's this back room here. And behind these guys, there's this magical gizmo door. It's not this one. Ugh. Like, honestly, I'm almost certain it's near some skeletons. Which would put it back in the other... section of the ruins. Way, way back over in the second tower. But I didn't see any doors over there. And these are none of this. None of this leads anywhere. Like, these rooms are all just set in stone. Ha ha ha! Set in stone, get it? Because it's a stone dungeon. Okay. So I don't think it's in this area. Because those are just regular stone doors, there's no magic gizmos. Nada. So I'm thinking... that I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't think it's west. I'm gonna go to the central tower one more time and go through the caves again and see if I missed anything. Because that's the only tower that you'd go in. Idilo said he did this before for his character, and he only went in one tower. And mission 1-2 is skippable, and that used the bottom tower, so that means only the middle tower would be used for both this and the last one. And somehow, I didn't click on a door, and I just walked right past it. Yeah, I'm thinking the lower one is used for mission 2. You go down, you have to check, put the orbs in all 6 of the one things, and then you run around, take the orbs out, and then when you, if you don't warp home, when you leave the tower, you get like roughed up by the Cardians, and they take the orbs from you. But the other tower that you'd use is this one. And I may have gone to a room where there's like 2 doors, and there's like a left side and a right side. And I may have only looked at the left side, not the right side. That's gonna be my guess. Because the right side rooms all lead into the back alley, for lack of a better term. But when I went to this one, I like opened the door to the back alley and I was like, no, it can't be through here. I've already been through here. Yeah, no, the Hodor Total Ruins is just the worst. And not because it's the worst, like, it's fun that you can get this lost. There's still a game that's wide open enough that you can still lose track of everything you're doing in it. But at the same time, I'm trying to figure out how I walked past it. Because my recollection was that there was a quest that you did, and you walk in here and there's like a door in front of the skeletons you have to click on. That's what I vaguely remember when it comes to doing these quests. You use sneak, you walk past a bunch of things, and then you click on a door. Which is why I was avoiding places with goblins, because like, goblins? No, you don't walk past goblins, you don't need anything but sneak. Yeah. So I saw these goblins, and I turned around and was like, it can't be goblins, but if I go left instead of right, there's no goblins. And there's a bunch of skeletons. And they're in front of a ruined door. Yeah? No, it's a geomagnetic font. What is this? You know what's interesting about this? This is not on the map. So you know what I did? One, I saw a goblin and was like, no, it can't be this direction. Two, I saw a geomagnetic font and I was like, oh, that's just the teleport point. And I got up to here on the tunnel. I was like, oh, that's just that. And I turned around. Because that's all I saw. You know what, Nana? Just take your gem. Oh. Thank you for kindly coming all this way to carry out our little transaction. This is what you're going to do. Drop all the money and equipment you have on you. Then get the hell out of here. Don't tell us this is your first lesson in the School of Hard Knocks now, little girl. Perhaps you should consider this as a tuition fee. You see, we intended to use that book as bait to lure unsuspecting do-gooders like yourself into our little trap. Hurry up and drop your belongings. You don't want to keep me waiting. Huh? The extinguished magic is our lord. The slumbering strength is our ruler. We have found you, Mithra. Return the life force of our leader back to us. This is bad. What do we do, Top Cat? We can't take on 3 ace guardians and expect to live. You tricked us. You stole from us. Many important things you did. They were our lord's belongings. They were our ruler's possessions. It is not permissible for living fools such as you to take the property of the deceased. So, Mithra, tell us where you hid our ruler's belongings. If you do not want to join him in death, you had best speak the truth. Alright, I'll tell you then. All you wish to know is their whereabouts, right? The boxes you seek are hidden under the old summoner's residence in Windurst walls, the house of the hero. Now that I've told you, can you stop chasing us around, alright? You appear to be telling the truth. Of course I'm telling the truth. I know only too well you Cardians can detect when someone is lying. And you also know that we are incapable of lying as well. We will be returning to town after we have silenced you forever. Why, you double-crossing. Bang! This time you've gone too far. When you cannot lie, you must value your word as much as your life. It is the Minister of the Oristry, Ajido Marujido. So, Guardians of the Dark, you have already investigated me, have you? Dare I ask what evil enterprise you are planning? Don't tell me that you are after the forbidden magic as well. That couldn't possibly be true, could it? They cannot lie, but they can keep their silence. I underestimate them. So, now I see. You stole that book from our Cardian friends there, eh? But to hide it and your other spoils right under the noses of old Karaha Baruha's residents? I guess you could say that the Dark Daru place is always under the candlestick. You can leave the rest to me. Give me the key to the house of the hero. I'm talking about Karaha Baruha's ring. I know you got taught it. You know that second you lay your hands on those boxes, the Guardians are going to go after you, don't you? Well, I suppose if it means an end to being tailed by those creepy Guardians and you, my pesky little man, then it is a small price to pay. You have the gall to think I enjoy playing cat and mouse running around after you, do you? Really now. As for you, adventure, get out of here while you still can. Otherwise, you'll have a cat in hell's chance of escaping with your belongings intact. Ha ha ha, get it, cat in hell. Next stop, old Karaba's residence. I'd better hurry back to Windurst walls before it's too late. Alright. Let's see. Just teleport back. Ugh. Not walking around that corner and missing this entire tunnel added 2 hours to this quest. Let's go walls. I'm gonna assume that we just go to the house of the hero and talk to the door or something. Usually it's talking to a door. So let's go over here and check it out. Ugh, 11 p.m. Alright. House of the Hero. This is it. Now I can finally make some progress with my plan. What? Whoa, a curious one you are. What Daru? Did you follow me all the way here? You're on a mission from the Optistery. Oh, so you're the foolhardy adventurer who accepted that one. Do you really think that the Book of the Gods could actually fall into the hands of a petty thief, the cat burglar? This is no Book of the Gods, it is just a work of the famous Karaha Baruha. The pages! They're blank! It can't be. The time for the Book of the Gods to lose its magic has come. You must hurry back to the Optistery. Tell Porika that the pages of the Book of the Gods have turned blank. Tell him the Book of the Gods is no more. Okay. Ugh. See, this is the problem with most relationships, is the lack of communication. If they just learned how to communicate not through, like, random people that they met in the street, 90% of the story's problems would be solved. Instead, they sit here and play telephone with apparently dire information. We are gonna go to Waters and finish this up. Ugh. Let's see here. Tolska Porika. You're finally back. How did it go? Did that so-called myth cat burglar really have her paws on the one of our restricted books? What? Preposterous! The Book of the Gods? No! The time of the Book of the Gods to lose its magic has come. What? It's said that when the Book of the Gods loses its magic power and returns to blank pages, the shadows of destruction will set upon our world. Really? How could such a fearful thing have ever happened? Ajito Marajito, I bet you wanted the Book of the Gods so badly you came up with this preposterous lie. Don't you worry about Ajito Marajito. I'll report them to the Star Sibyl myself. And as for you, adventurer, I must warn you to forget this ever happened. Do you understand? Ugh. Ugh. Wow. It's 3 hours of my life I will never get back. I'm gonna go talk to the gate guard. In woods. 'Cause they're my favorite. Oof! And then see what missions are available next. So if I'm not mistaken, the second one can be skipped and you can go to the third one. Yeah. Testing time, if I remember correctly, can be interesting. So, because it's going past 11 p.m. here, I'm going to call it a night for tonight. And I think I will do this again tomorrow evening around the same time. So 8 p.m. my time, which is Japan Standard Time, which is 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. And something like midnight in Europe. Yeah, thanks for the low-key trying to give me something to think about. I saw you said I've only been to the one tower, and then you said it a second time and I was like, I think they're trying to suggest something. Anyways, it's fine. I now know the layout of the tower areas pretty well. So, hopefully next time I don't run into this problem. Like, I went to that tower, I went to the middle tower, the very first thing, and I missed it. I missed it because I didn't walk around that corner properly. I saw those beetles, I saw the geometric font, and I just like, oh, it's not in that direction, and I went right instead of left. So, alright. I will get going for now. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Amanda, if you watch this, love you. And I will maybe see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.